Hi there, beautiful people. I'm going to do another video today on Rayner. Did she break the law? Tax evasion still not cleared up. Drunken mishap in a pub. You know, she's on a roll. Sorry, I took a few days off. I went took the kids camping. So yeah, I'm back and it's been a whirlwind catching up on all the news. It was nice to have a break from it, not going to lie. It was grand having a bit of a break. So let's see. So that's the cards. Rayner visited a school and apparently she had a talk about the NHS and what reform is proposing for the NHS, stating that it will no longer be free. Now, I don't know if it is true. Again, this is just for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, just intuitive tarot reading. So she went to a school, she talked about Nigel Farage's NHS proposal and it not being free. What's the exact term? She said, pay at the point of use. So I don't recall him saying that. I remember something about looking at different ways to potentially fund the NHS and things like that, but I don't remember him saying it wouldn't be free. So I'm not sure if she's even got the facts straight, but then there we go, right? So let's have a look and see. This talk that Ange, good old Ange, did at this school, will this get her into trouble? Is it illegal what she did? There's a few reasons I'll say that, but we'll look into that in 2 seconds. Let's just ask outright and see what the cards say before we run away with the questions. Yeah. So, is the conversation Ange had with the children at school illegal? Could it be seen as illegal? The Chariot is the first card that came out. Next card is the Tower card. Interesting. The next card is the Three of Cups. The Moon is in the middle. Wow, 3 major arcana in a row. The next card is the World. Whoa. Next card is the Devil. Oh my word. And the 10 of Pentacles is the last card. We have 5 major arcanas out of 7 cards. Okay, so and just coming up as the Chariot. Now the Chariot, the Chariot can be someone who's pulled in 2 different directions. It's a war card. It is, military, but this kind of looks like there's 2 different directions. And she was pulled one way. It's kind of like she's at war to try and bring reform down, which is what's popping into my head. She's trying to bring them down, and she's just going to go with anything that she can. Now, my question was, is it illegal? When we've got all these major arcanas in a row, you've got 5 major arcanas, and one of them being the Tower card. I'm going to say this could bring her down. This could be her undoing. This could seriously get her into some hot water here. I'm pretty sure, because she's put on her own socials. I don't know why she thought that was a good idea, but putting on her own socials, people could, in high power positions, could see this and they could come after her for this, I would say. You've got the Chariot, you've got the Tower, you've got the 3 of Cups in the past, which is it's a celebration card, but with the Moon underneath it, this is like bad judgment call. And I wonder if there were other people involved in the decision making of this. So in the past, maybe she made this decision while out or having a glass of wine or out with their friends, and they came up with this grand idea, or out with their own team and they thought this was a grand idea. But with the Moon underneath it, it's going to leave her incredibly vulnerable. Yeah, I think there'll be some more secrets to come out. I think there's definitely going to be some more reveals that come out. And when you've got these two right next to each other, That is not, oopsie, sorry. That is not a good outcome at all. That is shocking revelations. But it's the coming down, the foundation's completely falling off. Yeah, and then the outcome is the world. Now, the world is a completion card. This is when everything comes to a completion. Now, the advice of that is the devil and the 10. And though the devil, is not well aspected at all in this, that could be bedeviling, but it could have been a very strategic move, an underhand strategic move, and I think it's not going to be a pretty ending for her with the world surrounded by the devil and the 10. I just don't see this working out in her favor. Okay, so did I break the law? I don't know the law that well, but it's not going to end well for her. Now, now I did look this up on the internet, but according to the law, Section 406 of the Education Act, 1996, prohibits political indoctrination in schools. And Section 407 requires the school to ensure a balanced, neutral treatment of political issues that they are taught in school. So, will the school be calling in someone from Reform or Nigel himself to give their side of the story? Because in my opinion, that would be balanced. Or any other party to tell their side. Let's hope it's not the Greens. But any other party to give their perspective on this, because it needs to be balanced. You can't it prohibits political indoctrination. So let's see if this particular school, I don't really want to name the school. I don't do naming and shaming of the school. The poor children who are all over online because of this video. Is that even legal to put other people's children online? Maybe it'll be the parents that come after her. Who knows? Let's see if they will get Reform or another party to come and talk about their NHS stance. Let's see. I mean, none of it makes sense to me. I'm a little bit cross, actually, that for a political party, you'd want to go and talk to impressionable children. Why should children even be getting involved in this? They should be going to school and learning what they need to learn, not listen to political people spouting utter rubbish. Right, let's see what if the school will bring in somebody else. So they're coming up as the 10 of Wands. The next card is the Hermit. The next card is the past is the 3 of Wands. The card in the middle is the Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. The outcome is the 7 of Wands. The advice is the 9 of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. So there's no outright yeses here, that the school will get somebody else in to come and talk about their side of the story, or Reform to come and talk about what they've actually said about the NHS. It looks like they may be pushed to do this in the near future as the outcome. They may have to do this in order to get themselves out of hot water. With the 10, that's an ending of, I don't even know why the school thought it was a good idea to get politicians in. Anyway, it's my personal point of view jumping in here. So you got the 10 of Wands coming up as the school. So it's a sort of, an ending, and potentially whoever came up with this idea might need to completely drop it altogether. But in order to do that, they may have to bring in somebody else so that they are seen to be neutral. Otherwise, they'll be in trouble with 2 of the education, Section 406 and Section 407. So you've got the Hermit as the they're going to have to seek some advice for this and go look internally, see what happened, because it's all online now. So they're going to have to look internally and come up with a plan or definitely a focused plan to not look like they are indoctrinating children with one political ideology. And they're also going to have to make sure that they are being balanced, which is the 407. They have to be balanced and neutral when political issues are taught. So I think they're going to have to bring in somebody else just to save their own skin. Yeah, and I think they need to do it sooner rather than later. Will they do it is the question. Yeah, they've left themselves very vulnerable in this matter. So they are going to need to, the school is going to need to bring somebody else in. I'm hoping they'll get someone from reform so they can do it properly and clear it up. Because if she has said that to those children with such confidence, those children could leave thinking that that is the truth, when it's not. Now that I just want to look into Ange, good old Ange, because she's been on a roll recently. I understand that she got incredibly drunk the other day and rumored to have broken a door. How blind drunk do you need to be to break a door? Goodness me. Let's have a look and see this pub incident where she got drunk and broke a door. How will this affect her? So we'll look at, Ange will be the first card that comes down, and then we'll look into the drunken situation, and we'll kind of have a look at it. We'll ask, how should we ask it? Ange's drunken behavior. Apparently it's not the first time she's been drunk and done silly things. Ange's drunken behavior. Will this cost her with her, will this cost her with her job? Will it cost her with her position of, MP? Will she actually be called up? Because she's done it a few times. Ange's drunken behavior. Will this catch up with her? What will the outcome be? Will she be reprimanded, within her own party for it? So let's ask, will Ange be reprimanded within her own party for her drunken behavior? I believe the door was broken in some place called Strangers, but I don't know. It doesn't. Let's see. Will Ange's drunken behavior land? Oh, got a jumper. We got Justice. I don't need to pick any more cards. That's a pretty tough and very strong card to look at to answer this question. So will she be reprimanded? That's a big old yes. She will be reprimanded. She may even need to go and seek some help, potentially, or make it at least look like she is. But she will definitely be reprimanded for that, and it will, I don't know if it'll land her in law. I don't know how it can, but she'll definitely be needing to balance the scales a lot more. And Justice is a pretty heavy hitter, so I think that she will need to be spoken to about her behavior. Okay. I also want to look into this tax evasion. It's still not been cleared up as far as I'm aware. I mean, I could have missed it if it has been. I don't watch the mainstream news. That's why I'm sometimes a little bit behind on what's going on in the world. I prefer not to watch mainstream news. So I want to have a look and see if the tax evasion on the house. So Angela's tax evasion. I want to see what the cards will tell us about what will the outcome be. Will she be found innocent on this tax evasion? I'm going to go back in. Will she be found innocent? The tax evasion. I believe it's still being looked into. I don't know why it takes so long, but I don't know. Right, first card. 5 of Wands. That's the battle card. It's a fight. The second card is the Star, vulnerability. The Sun, the 4 of Pentacles. Outcome is the Page of Wands. The King of Swords. He can be justice and legal. And the Ace of Swords. Gosh, I can't remember how I asked the question. Gosh, I can't remember how I asked the question. Okay. But the 5 of Wands coming out is a battle card, so it's like fighting for survival. It's words and thoughts. It can be quite fiery, quite tempery. It can be tempery. Lots of hot tempers going on with this 5 of Wands. So her tax evasion situation is definitely still being fought. With the Star card there, that is a lot of vulnerability. The Emperor has no clothes. It is, a lady by the water pouring water from one side to the other side. And then having the Sun in the background. The Sun is one of the best cards in the pack. But it's in the past. So I wonder if she thought that in the past that she'd get away with it, making money while the sun was shining. I don't think she thought that it would ever be found out. But with the 4 of Pentacles in the middle, hanging on too tight to the money, she's holding on too tight. I don't think she wants to let go of this money. And she was certainly holding on too tight to the money in the situation over here. Now, the outcome is a soft yes. It's the Page of Wands. And then you've got the King of Swords and the Swords as advice. So I do think, because of these two, and these two being truth and integrity, both of them being very heavy hitters in the truth and integrity department, and they can also be legals and documents and signings of things. I do think that she will have to face what she did, certainly, and evading what the rest of us would never be allowed to. Paying tax and things. I think that she will get a bit caught up and tangled up in this, and she is going to have to man up, face up to what she did. This is a fight. She's definitely going to try and fight her corner, but she's certainly in a vulnerable position with regards to whether she will, how she's going to come out of this. I'm just going to ask an outright question. Will she have to pay the money back? Yes. She will have to pay the money back. 6 weeks, 6 months. 6 more weeks on top of what they've taken. Pentacles card asks how long? 6 weeks, 6 months. And it is a person giving money. So that's quite ironic that it came out like that. So I think she will have to pay this money. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. But obviously no facts here. This is just entertainment purposes, just intuitive tarot looking into these situations. Now with all of this, she's had lots of calamities going on recently. She had to step down. She's still an MP. She's still. There's been rumors that she might even run. But until her tax is cleared, I don't think she can. Or is it just another Ange, don't worry about it situation? I want to ask, what are the chances, or is there a chance that Ange could get the top job or get back on the front bench? That popped out 50-50. But let's do a proper look into it. So will Ange get back on the front bench and potentially into the big, oh my goodness, another jumper. The Chariot card. So this jumped out. And this is she does see herself as very powerful and sort of military. And she would love to come back in and get that big top job. She would absolutely love it. But at the moment, she most certainly can't go into that role until she has sorted out her own situations. And the school could become another situation for her to sort out. Let's have a look. Let's go back to the question I asked before the cards all jumped. Will Ange go back onto the front bench for labor? What are the chances that she can? Let's have a look. Will she go back onto the front bench for labor? Will she go back onto the front bench for labor? First card, 5 of Wands. Second card, the Hierophant. Empress is in the past. In the middle is the Knight of Pentacles. Outcome, Queen of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. That was the first card that jumped out. And the Nine of Pentacles. Those are the advice. So will she get back onto the front bench was the question that I asked. With the 5 and the Hierophant and the Empress, there's no outright yes here, none at all. And the Empress is a beautiful card to have. It is everything, the divine feminine side of things. But it is, with the cards around it, it is not screaming yes at me at all. So I think that in the middle is what they outwardly want us to see, is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slow mover, the guy who's got all his ducks in a row, the careful thinker. So they are thinking about it. And she's certainly thinking about it. But with the Hierophant, the powers that be, they would like to get her back in because I think they're struggling at the moment. But with the chaos and things that she's causing with this 5 of Wands, it's 50-50 at the moment. Some would like her to be, some think it's an absolute crazy idea. And the outcome is the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is not badly aspected here, but it is a major focus. So for the outcome to be a major focus, with the Queen of Cups, though, I don't see her getting back. She's going to have to sort herself out. No more scandals to come out. She's going to have to repair anything that she has, any scandals that she does have. It's very turbulent, this Two of Pentacles, and I'm very distracted by the two. It's kind of like she's up, she's down, she's up, she's down. And she's like she's not, she's like she's not, she's like she, and that's within her own party. So will she even get the opportunity to go for the MP role? I've got the 2 advice cards on that. The first one down was the Magician, and the second one down is the Hermit. Now, these are 2 major arcanas, which are big, heavy hitters. The Magician, as I've said before in readings, he's like the manifestor card, but he's also movie magic. So it's also like it could be a bit of a theater, like almost like they want you to believe that and they're going to come out with something completely different. But the 2 of these cards together, I'm not getting an outright no. It's definitely a consideration. But I think they're thinking of, they're going to have to go a different route in order to sort out their MP if Starmer does get pushed out. I don't think that I think if she did, if she went up against him, she could lose to him. That's just the feelings I'm getting on that. I don't know if enough people in her party would support her because of all of her own calamities that she's causing. So I'm going to ask an outright question, and this could cover both what's happened within the school with her talking about the NHS sort of thing that she claimed Nigel had said, and with this tax situation. I'm going to ask if she's broken the law just with those 2 things. Has she, in either one of these, has she actually broken the law, or is this just absolute rubbish judgment again? Could this even be classified as misinformation if it's not true? So I want to see if she, out of these 2 things, has she broken the law? And I'm going to just pull 3 cards on this. Has Ange broken the law with either of these? The tax evasion and the chat to the school. Has she broken the law on either of these? Six of Swords, Five of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is a soft yes. The Six can be also a yes. The Six is also, the Six of Swords is someone coming out of troubled waters and going into smoother pastures. The Five of Cups in the middle, so the past is the Six of Swords. The Five of Cups is the current where she is now. And it's very disappointing where she is now. This card of utter disappointment. So it's very disappointing currently for her in her time. And with the Page being at the end, has she broken the law was my question. It's a soft yes, but it's also the money card. So it's the Page of Pentacles. So it's looking more likely that if she has, it could be on that sort of side of things rather than the school talk. And I want to know, will the school get into trouble? Will the school get into trouble? Knight of Pentacles. First card, Two of Swords. Four of Pentacles in the past. In the middle, we've got the Wands. Seven of Wands. Ace of Swords. Judgment. And the Three of Swords. Well, the school could be facing some trouble. They may have even opened the can of worms where other schools might not even think about getting any politicians in to talk to any of their children within the school, which quite frankly I'm behind. Like, why should politicians be talking to school children? I think with this reading, with the Two of Swords there's definitely going to be a block. The school might go into a bit of a like a lockdown. They could even, they're going to have to fight their corner on this quite heavily. And I think they're going to have to bring another PM so that they don't, or their lawyers, I would suggest they, obviously no facts here. This is just intuitive, entertainment purposes only. I would say that they need to speak to their legal team and find out what they need to do in order to get out of this, because with the Three over here and the Judgment, you're looking at, potentially this could get majorly out of hand and lots of people are going to see this. And Ange posted this on her socials. So this is where everybody's going to get it from. And it's her that's put it out there. But the school could be the ones that take a lot of flack for it, which should be a real shame because, those children don't need anything happening at their school or anything like that. And the teachers need to take control of this situation, I would suggest. Bringing in either the other politicians, apologizing, and making sure that they... for me, this shows poor judgment on the school. And I think that posting it on social media with children in the video, I can't get behind that myself. So I think it shows poor judgment on the school side and on Ange's side, unfortunately. And I do think the school needs to look into this. And I don't know the laws at all. So I'm not giving legal advice here, but what I would suggest is that they do go get some. Because I think this could blow up. I think they could get some bad reviews. People, they'll be the talk in the pub. There'll be the talk in the coffee shop. There'll be a lot of gossip about it. I think this could go viral. And if this does go viral, it could be seen as misinformation. Will it be? Let's ask. If it goes viral, will her videos on her social be pulled up as misinformation if this goes viral? Because what she said is not technically true. So could this be pulled up as misinformation? I think, could it be? Could her video be pulled up as misinformation if it goes viral? Can't imagine Ash going viral, but there we go. Right, let's see. First card, 8 of Swords. Second card, the Queen of Wands. In the past, the 6. The middle, page, Knight of Pentacles. Sorry, I don't know why I called it a page. Public victory. 5 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Wands. So, if this goes viral, will it be pulled up as misinformation? Again, there are no solid yeses here, but there is a possibility that it could be pulled down, that her video could be blocked and pulled down, and slow and steady in the middle. There's going to be some proper strategies put in place going forward for this, certainly, but the public could get a victory out of this, which I think is quite an interesting outcome, that the public could get a victory, and that it will highlight some, the word has just gone out of my brain, it'll highlight the hypocrisy of, what we're allowed to do compared to what the political elite are allowed to do. It could certainly highlight the hypocrisy of it. And I wonder if it'll be pulled quite quickly. There's 2 6s, hours or days. I would say maybe this will be pulled off her socials. It would be a wish come true for the rest of us and a yes. So I would say if the desire is for it to be pulled from our point of view. I asked our point of view, will this video be pulled? Because if it was us, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So yeah, I think that this could be seen as misinformation. It will certainly be reviewed, and we might find it in 6 hours or days where that sits. I don't know if they work that quickly. They might have to with this video. It's got children in it. I don't think the children should be allowed to be, unless they gave their consent, obviously, or their parents' consent, for them to be videoed and publicly put out there. Yeah, well, that's my look-see on Angela Rayner's few calamities recently. I'm sorry it's a bit late. I was away. But yeah, I just think it's hilarious. We'll see what happens. But thank you for watching. Bye.